My original background is being a doctor. I'm board certified in anesthesia, intensive care, emergency medicine, but I was infected with the simulation virus like 12 years ago and quit working as a doctor and or partially quit working as a doctor, and I'm fully concentrating on simulation for more than 10 years now. We're running a big simulation center here in Austria, running like 300 just high fidelity trainings with the simulators you're seeing in the background, and a couple of others as well. And we're doing a lot of international work with other simulation centers. And I would say we're one of the heavy users from the Super Tori. We're using it for 3 years and using it for a lot of training. Welcome here at AMC. Let's make a quick tour together.
Hello and warmly welcome to AMC, a sim center here in Upper Austria, located in Linz. Now you will see here our main entrance. This is where we do the registration of the participants. This is the office from Elise and me. This is where all the course preparation will be done, and yeah, the first friendly faces you will see when you come into AMC.
Now we're taking you to the first simulation room. It's our high fidelity training room for surgical simulators from Simbionix. Endoscopy simulator from Simbionix, made for gastroscopy, colonoscopy, and bronchoscopy, with all the invasive procedures being possible and all the latest updates we have. And here, the simulator for laparoscopy, where you can train pretty much all laparoscopic procedures being available out there. Also with the latest software, haptics included, and also with the multi-surgeon approach. This room is pretty much empty today. We're doing VR stuff in here. Here you see some VR equipment. Here is the virtual reality ultrasound simulator usually, but it's been used during a training right now. Some VR equipment, and here simulator for training orthopedic and trauma surgery placed in here a body interact table, but it's used in another training, and an anatomy table that's being placed here as well for a training tomorrow. And this table is also for the POCUS course, and to make sure that all the participants can maintain the safety distance between themselves, we installed a second station where the screen is getting mirrored.
Okay, so let's go to our next room. Is a scenario room for obstetric and neonatal. There you will find some simulators to do trainings in these fields. As you can see here, the newest version of Super Tori, and I find that's the perfect position to show.
Let's keep the position a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for that. Victoria, her last training has been on Saturday and she worked very well.
For gynecological scenarios, we also have a gynecological X here for our participants. Here is being prepared for tomorrow for a very special session where we are broadcasting what's happening in here into a conference. We're broadcasting it live. We will use the body interact table for this kind of scenario. It's a symposium on clinical reasoning, clinical decision making. And we will have a couple of students in here working on the case, and we are broadcasting it into the online auditorium, as you all know right now. In the room we we store also our 5-year-old simulator and our 3201, which is us into our control room. We have two AV systems working in parallel, one for the room you just saw over there with the obstetric simulator, and the other one for the more general kind of scenarios. We're using a SimStation, and we're using a simulator, or we're using a AV system from Nordic Simulators as well. We are sitting here in this room observing what's gonna happen, what's happening over there in the scenario rooms. We record, we can talk into these rooms, we can call them, we can send in some labs, we can send in some X-rays or CT scans, and we're also designing the scenarios in here. In this room we're preparing our simulators for the usage in the scenario room, which is in there. And we're preparing the mannequins in here, we're dressing our actors, we're getting all the requisites. You can see some bottles of distilleries in here and also some clothes. So we are preparing the simulators in here, and then we rush them into the scenario room, which is usually the emergency room or the major trauma room. The room, you can see the second set of our in situ equipment. The first set is on a training today in Vienna. This is the equipment we're taking with us when going on an in situ training.
So the next room we would like to show you is our storage room. As you can see here inside, many stuff is located here. It's not the nicest place in our sim center, and sometimes it looks like a little bit dirty, I would say, but as long as you find all your items which you have in the storage here, it is fine.
Course just stopped, so we have the chance to go into a big classroom where we, at least before Corona, could host up to 40 people. During Corona, it's 20. This is the lounge where participants can wait for the next session and next scenario to happen.
And last but not least, we would like to show you our debriefing room, our conference room. As you can see here inside, many plants, and we have been preparing this room that participants feel comfortable, warmly atmosphere. So in this room they talked together, they're doing the debriefing of the scenario, and yeah, have some kind of food presented over there and coffee and something to drink, so that they feel comfortable here in this room. It's a good atmosphere and people talk a lot when they are feeling more comfortable. Okay, here on this famous wall you will find our certifications. This one here is showing the SESAM accreditation from 2018, and next to this you will find the ISO certification. This has been taking part this year in July 2020, and we are very proud that we are now ISO certificated as well.
And all of the work was done by Carmen, and she did most of the job for the ISO certification, and we're super proud on the ISO certification and also to having Carmen in our team.
Thank you.
We're taking you to a quick tour into my office. I hope it's not a mess. No, it's not a mess. I think I can show. So here is where I do most of my video conferences with you these days. I hope you enjoyed the quick tour through our center, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.